Now this is about reading from Road to IELTS. This is a content from British Council. This is all right reserved from British Council 2012. This is a content which will tell about how this reading aspect or reading portion of IELTS exam constitutes and how the formation is there. So let me tell you that this reading test has 40 questions to answer. All questions are equally important, means you will get 1 mark for each correct answer. The test will be for about 60 minutes. This will include time to copy your answer onto the answer sheet, and there will be no additional time which is given to transfer your answer at the end of 60 minutes. So you have to complete that reading also and transferring your answers to the answer sheet in 60 minutes. The content of the test will depend on whatever you are taking, either academic or general training modules. For academic module, this module contains 3 reading tests. So there will be 3 reading tests. Tests these may come from magazine, journal, book and newspapers and are written for general or specialist audience. And text may include diagram, graph and illustration. We'll see in an example. Also, general training module overview for this module contains again 3 sections of progressively more difficult content. These are 3. The first may contain 2 or 3 short texts relevant to basic linguistics, survival in English, such as just public notes, advertisements and timetables. For section 2, it may contain 2 texts which focus on the workplace environment, such as job descriptions, contracts and staff development and training materials. Third is, it will be a long text designed to test your ability to cope with longer, more complex passages which are found in newspapers, magazines, and fiction and non-fiction book extracts. So what kind of task you may expect? So you may expect to find a variety of task types and answer formats in both these test modules. I will give some example of the main task types. You may also find short answer question, also some summary completion, table completion can also be there, as well as various forms of multiple choice. So any of these which are coming may appear in your section. They may be sentence completion, matching, flow charts labeling, or other kind of diagrams, and also identifying the writer claims or views, and then information identification. This is an example of sentence completion. Means there are various sentences, you have to complete this. This completion task is linked to a text in the test about emergency procedure on a school campus. So you will be provided, you will be said that no more than 3 words, 2 words, a number, so it will be there. And you can have various type of matching also, and this matching, one-to-one matching is linked to a text in the test which gives a list of beneficial work practices for keyboard operators. Like this is various kind of matching, and this kind of again as I said that for keyboard operators, for example, you have this list of heading and these are the sections. So the text on the next page has 7 sections, say A to G. Just an example. You need to choose correct heading. You have to correctly match which one of these matches to which one. And you have to write 1 to 10 in these boxes. Also we have labeling flowchart kind of questions or other kind of diagrams. These are the diagrams, you have to label this. So this labeling task is linked to a text in the test about how animals use electric signals to detect location. So you need to label this and write this in this A7, 8, 9 blanks. Then you can have identification of writer claims of use. So this task is linked to a text in the test which describe different kind of short business courses, like whether true, false or given. Means if the statement agrees with the information given in the content, then you will write true. If it is false, that means the statement contradicts to what has been said, then you write false. Not. Then given, if the information is not given, it should be not given actually. Not should be here. Not given. Then you will write not given. And how about identifying information? Well, this task is linked to a text in the test describing different kind of calisthenic physical training. This is just an example which I am showing. That you may have some paragraphs, say A to H, and which paragraph contains which information, these information. So all these paragraph you have to read them very carefully, and then you have to link it with what is the information, which paragraph says what. There are certain tips and advices also for getting a good score. You need how to approach these tasks. First is you have to look very carefully at any text title or subtitles or diagrams. This will give you a quick overview of what the text may contain, what the text is all about. You need to read the instructions. Don't jump to answering the question. Just read the instructions, because this is very important. And also the maximum number of words which are allowed. And then set yourself a time limit before tackling each section. Before going to answer or read, you need to set yourself a time within seconds. And how you're going to read the text. Just keep in mind that your main aim is to locate the answers to the question. You ultimately are going to give the answers. So you do not need to read the text slowly and carefully. Do not stop to think about every known word. Right? So just remember, read and remember. If your text is organized into paragraphs, a good, or I must say a best way to get the general meaning and to familiarize yourself with the overall content is just to spend 2-3 minutes reading only the first and last sentence of each paragraph. This is a good idea. And some text types are suited to scan reading, means just looking quickly and without devoting time for specific details such as fact, a particular vocabulary term. For example, reading a train timetable to find a particular departure time. So how to approach different task types? For that, you need to make sure that your answer keep to the word limit which is stated in the test paper. Just for example, you are asked that no more than 3 words. Do not write more than 3 words. And what about multiple choice question? You must try and use common sense to eliminate some of the answers option. When you are matching heading to paragraph, you need to read the headings first. Then read the first and last sentence of each paragraph. This is often enough to match headings correctly. If you are perturbed or you are not able to understand, just go to first and last line. And when you want to fill in the gaps or fill in the blanks, read the gap text carefully and think about both the meaning and grammar of suitable words to fill in that gaps. And just note down your ideas in the gap on the question paper, so that when you read the text, you are then reading to check your ideas. And just never leave a gap blank. You do not lose marks for incorrect answers. Just write something. So in the test, don't forget that you must write your answer directly on your answer sheet. You will not be given any extra time to do this at the end of 60-minute reading test. And remember that your written answers need to be grammatically accurate and spelled correctly. You will lose marks if the spellings are incorrect. Think about skipping difficult questions and coming back to them later if you are not able to get at the first point. So if you do this, make sure you highlight the questions you skip so that you can find them again. So good luck in your reading test. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.